as a form of Haidah HaKadosh Baruch Hu and a tefillah for continued refuah. So I would like to share with you a quick thought about Yom Kippur. As some of you may know, our son Simcha Dov is once again fighting off an infection. It is indeed one of those very challenging bacteria that does not respond well to regular antibiotics. In fact, they normally need to do aggressive IV antibiotics, and they prefer to do so in the hospital. This time, the doctor came back and said after they did the cultures, they are able to confirm that it is Pseudomonas once again, but unfortunately, he has received antibiotics for it already too many times, and what he has in his body has already built up a resistance for all known antibiotics. And this was indeed devastating news. However, miraculously, it appears that Simcha Dov's bodies, his own antibodies, are doing a good job, and his vitals are returning back to normal. And he looks like he's successfully fighting it off all on his own, something that the doctor did not think the antibiotics would be able to do. What an amazing nace Hashem has done here. And the nace is in the form of Simcha Dov's own natural immune system. But the antibiotics are not able to do. It appears that Hashem is empowering Simcha Dov's own natural immune system to be successful in fighting off this infection. This is an amazing simcha. And we are mispalel that it will continue to get better and it will continue to work and perhaps even have a complete Refuah Sheleima. But with that, it led me to the following thought. On Yom Kippur, we say Vidui many times. We say Hashamnu Baganu. We say the Al-Chaitz on many different areas. And the question is, are we actually supposed to say we're not going to do any of those things anymore? If we do the part of Kabbalah Al-Sid on all those Averas, on all the Averas that we do, and all the Averas we say Vidui on, it won't be successful. Our Rabbanim have already told us not even to try to do that. If you take on too much, you'll give up and it won't be possible. So what's the point of saying Vidui if we're not going to say we're going to change our actions drastically? And I believe the answer is very similar to what we are experiencing here in our home. You need to get to a point where you say, Hashem, it's too hard, it's too much. The Yetzer Hara is resistant to all the antibiotics. I can't do it all. And then we say, so we need you, Hashem, to do it. We need you to be mechaper us anyone, the midas chesed, the amazing natural midas of Hashem will be able to do that which we ourselves won't do, and that is to offer us a kapara through Yom Kippur. But first we have to reach that state and say, there is so much here that we need to fix. And there's too much resistance. We're not able to do it on our own. We need you, Hashem, to help us. And that is the gift of Yom Kippur. And we can extrapolate. What's the Yom Tov of Matzah Yom Kippur? The Yom Tov Yom Kippur is knowing that it was all wiped away. It is a new chance at life. Imagine the feeling of getting up after being sick. We remember seeing those videos of the people who walked out of the hospital, those first people who walked out of the hospital after having the coronavirus, and the tremendous gratitude that they had, feeling they had a new lease on life. That is the feeling of Matzah Yom Kippur. Hashem was mechaper us miraculously, more than we deserved, more than we possibly could have done, and not based upon our own actions, but purely by the chesed of Hashem. And there's a feeling that we have a new lease on life, to be able to try again, to put forth our efforts into doing what we need to do and what we want to do with our families, with our lives, with our avodas Hashem. So as we walk into Yom Kippur now, and as we are full of trepidations about what we will get because of all of our averas, we are mispalel to Hashem that He should be mechaper us, give us a kapara, slicho, mechila. We should all be nichtam and nichtav in the Sefer Chaim Tovim Aruchim, in the Sefer Parnaso Tovim Gu'ulis and Yeshuas, and we should all be zoiche to see tremendous refuahs, both naturally and then those that are beyond nature. And Hashem should send us all refuahs. We should see the people who are sick be able to get up and walk away healthy with a new lease on life, as all of us will be able to walk away with a new lease on a new year. In Mitzvah Hashem, we all be zeiche to see those Yeshua's refuahs that we are all so craving for. And ultimately, may we zoche to a Refuah Sheleima, be able to see Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mheira v'yameinu.